Right now, we are looking at a week where we just saw workers striking in Germany, in Europe, in Amazon, taking action there. They do have a union. And how do you see this reverberating in the global Amazon workforce? And have there been solidarity efforts cross borders, given the incredibly globalized nature of Amazon's operations?
I think that there's an incredible opportunity for solidarity across borders. I think what's really exciting that's happening right now is you can just see people waking up across not just the country, but the world to this reality of this online retail future driven by this behemoth corporation. And people are ready to stand up to that and really ready to throw down, and even without coordinating with each other. I mean, what's to me incredibly powerful is that it wasn't coordinated. It was not coordinated. These are separate entities, including us, who have been waking up to this reality, starting to mobilize, starting to organize at a local level, building up, ready to throw down. And lo and behold, we discover that people are seeing what we are seeing all over the place. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, there's an amazing opportunity for cross-border organizing, and clearly that should happen. But what's powerful is how authentically grassroots the uprising is. There's no one out there, who called us on the phone and said, hey, let's do, we want to do national actions against Amazon during Prime Week. Why don't you jump on board? There are multiple entities. There are grassroots organizations, labor organizations, workers, advocates, all over the place who have been waking up to the same reality and saying, we have to start this fight now. We have to start, because we cannot let this go on without any reasonable standards and unchecked.
Currently, we're looking at a retail employment landscape where everyone is talking about the sky falling on retail, the so-called retail apocalypse. But on the other hand, we have organizers like you pointing out that, look, the retail workforce is not going away. It's just morphing into this different form in this different industry that is operating primarily online, often under even more degraded conditions than traditional brick and mortar stores. How do you see this kind of inheriting some of that earlier wave of retail worker organizing, since this is the new retail model that we'll be seeing in the coming years? And what do you say to people who say that, retail is dying all over the country?
I say retail is not dying. Retail is booming, but it is just reconfiguring. And even the warehouses themselves are reconfiguring, because Amazon aside, there were tens of thousands of warehouse workers in New Jersey 20 years ago because of the ports. When manufacturing went overseas, warehouses became necessary for the retail industry, because you can't put all your stockpiles in a store, because a store is located, in a high rent area, and you can't warehouse there, and companies don't. But what's happening is that the retail industry has just undergone a sea change, and the warehouses themselves have undergone a sea change. So that warehouses that 20 years ago boxed their stuff and sent it to the store now send some to the store. They send boxes or pallets of boxes to Amazon for Amazon to sell through their online department store. And they also do individual fulfillment of customer orders. They do individual fulfillment of customer orders for Amazon. They do individual fulfillment of customer orders for name brands, Nike, Donna Karan, Target, brands we've heard of. And the whole industry is booming, but it's morphed into a new form. And, but consumers are consuming. I mean, we all see those boxes pouring into, our residential communities. Whether you live in a house or you live in an apartment building, People point, click, their stuff is coming. Retail is booming. Amazon is, richer than Midas and getting richer. But what's going to happen with the workers?
Mm-hmm.
We have to make them visible, and we have to make the issue visible.
The bricks and the mortar may be going away, but the human resources are definitely not in this sector.
That is right, and particularly in New Jersey, where this is such a pervasive sector. You can drive through communities in New Jersey, industrial areas, and just see warehouse after warehouse after warehouse after warehouse across central New Jersey, Middlesex County, Union County, Bergen County. I mean, you just building after building after building after building, and there are just tens of thousands of workers, and they're your neighbors. They are our neighbors. They're everybody's neighbors. And if they're making poverty wages, if they don't have proper health insurance for their kids, if they don't have predictable schedules, which is just an incredible abuse, that people can't know from week to week what day of the week they're going to work, what hour they're going to report, what hour they're going to finish. These are just abuses that undermine quality of life for people and communities in a profound way. And we have to stand up to this.